3, 2, 1, and we're live. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Hey, wait, man.
All right, guys. So welcome to the Tapcast, Ep.3. We're here cheering off to the coronavirus and the fact that we
building immunity to the coronavirus.
Exactly. We're basically not allowed to train in Miami-Dade County anymore. So we're basically celebrating the coronavirus and the awesome new life that we have to live.
Forced vacation.
Yes, sir. And
Forced to.
how are we feeling today, guys?
Quarantine. I think that the table says enough.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't noticed our sponsor, Corona, you can definitely give us a call because I know you guys are struggling a little bit.
Please send us more beer.
We need more beer to build up our corona immunity.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So the more coronas you drink, I hear they don't even have corona in Mexico. I could be, talking smack, but
Yeah. So guys, one of the first things I think that we should let everybody know is we know this is obviously a serious situation. Everybody has a way of dealing with it. Businesses have to deal with it. Obviously, Josh and Rennie own a business, so they're dealing with it on their own. We just like to have a sense of humor about these things, and we hope that you guys do too. So that's the first thing I want to start this episode off with, just in case we say anything that might bother you guys. But
stay safe, stay clean, listen to your local authorities.
Stay home.
Stay home, yeah.
Don't train.
Yeah.
Even though
Don't talk to
it
old
is
people.
the cure.
Don't talk to old people, guys.
Try.
It's not don't train, just train on your own. Solo drills. You know?
But don't train in large groups. Don't leave your house.
Yeah, basic stuff.
You don't have to. Yeah.
I think a big thing is I think a lot of people are underestimating it. Like it's more serious than people think, and they just haven't realized yet.
Everything's serious, man. You gotta respect all these illnesses and stuff. But I mean, if it wasn't serious, they wouldn't be shutting down.
Yeah, for them to shut down
and
every gym and restaurant, and we went to Taco Rico today. Shout out Taco Rico, and when we went there, they told us that we could only
take out only.
Yeah.
Went to Chipotle today.
Yeah,
Take home only. Yeah.
Take out only right now.
Yeah, I was kind of upset. I went up, they already had the tortilla pre-rolled. It was kind of warm by the time I got home. I'm like, not cool.
Hey, man, at least the restaurants are still open. That's the main thing. We shouldn't panic. It's just
Yeah, I think South
temporary.
Beach is closed at 11 or something.
If you look at the numbers in China, they're already healing. Like South Korea and all these places.
They're finding treatments and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
Yeah, I want to say the future is definitely positive, right?
yeah. I mean, it's gonna definitely impact a lot of people's and a lot of different ways of lives, a lot of different businesses. But we're humanity, right? We're gonna come back and we're gonna fight and we're gonna go back to our normal lives.
Yeah, we need to figure out a way to deal with this. Because it's like a new experience for us as a society.
Dude,
So we don't even know how to deal with this. We've never been through it before. We've been through hurricanes before, so everybody knows how to deal with it.
Dude, I'm trying to go to the bathroom, bro. I don't have any toilet paper, dog, in my house. Straight up, dog.
I don't get the correlation between the
Nah,
Hey,
but
man,
this is the
virus
time
and
where
toilet paper.
this is the time where the bidet companies, they're going to shine.
No,
That's
man,
right. You don't even need a bidet, bro. Just jump in the shower.
That's it, dog. Toilet paper's overrated.
If it
I
gets
think now
really
we
bad,
realize.
dude, you just got to shower, bro.
After this
Listen,
whole coronavirus.
Maybe they think that Corona has a side effect of diarrhea, and everybody's stocking up on toilet paper.
Dude, I mean,
I think they were just afraid of the stores closing.
yeah,
Yeah.
they just wanted to buy whatever they saw. That's what I think.
It's pretty cool, though, that we can still keep the shelves stocked. And even though if you go to some stores, there's food and stuff missing from the shelves, they're going to refill it soon. Like you can, that there's stuff on the way. Like you can still order stuff on Amazon. You can still have Uber Eats and things like that. So they're still trying to keep those types of that type of infrastructure to where you can still pick food up, or you can still.
Yeah, for the time being, they put free delivery and everything, which is cool.
I mean, like 2 days ago, I went to Publix, and they didn't have, any meat. Like, it sold out, but when I went today, they were able to restock.
Right.
So that's the big thing. Publix recognizes how important, all this is, and they're restocking their shelves as early as possible. It means they have to close early, but at least they're...
The other thing about this is, a lot of people don't recognize that, a lot of the lower level workers are really what kind of is, keeping things going for us now, right? Who's restocking those shelves? Somebody getting paid probably minimum wage.
The guys that you pass by when you go there.
Yeah, somebody you don't even notice. But, right now, that's the guy restocking the shelves for people who need that shit.
No, let me tell you something. I think everybody's seen... I think everybody's working fairly well together. I'll tell you that for sure. At least in the
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a time of like a lot of like new things happening to us. At least in my generation, I'm 23 and dealing with things like this is stuff that I've never dealt with personally. I mean, I don't think you guys have either. So it's kind of like something that everybody's got to adjust to. And I want to say that thankfully, or at least in Miami, the community's adjusted fairly well. You know. But yeah, for sure, like you said, the guys that you walk by every day are the ones working their hardest right now to make sure that.
Nah, but it's not even in Miami. Like even if you look nationwide, even politically, like you can start seeing some of like the left and the right working together.
Yeah.
You know, in unprecedented ways
Yeah.
that would not have happened were it not for something like this big. You know,
It's stress, man. It's like that stress of having to
fear.
yeah, well, stress and fear of having to find an answer and try to work together. I mean, it makes
they want to get
humanity.
reelected too.
Yeah.
Trump wants to get reelected.
Oh, for sure.
So like
gets us through this,
if he gets us through this,
over
he's getting reelected, which he was gonna get reelected anyway.
Hey,
because-
I heard he's gonna
because-
send a paycheck.
No,
to
because-
everybody. That's what I heard.
Because Biden is never gonna compete against Trump. She's gonna get reelected anyway. But all he's got to do is like figure out a way for the economy not to crash in the next 6 weeks, and he's gonna get reelected. 100%. He's never gonna stop talking about it.
I mean, how do you guys
Ever.
how do you guys think the economy is going to react to this? I mean, business is closing for 2 weeks. Disneyland is
It's not gonna be
closed,
2
Nike's
weeks.
closed.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be 4
longer.
weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be at least
about a
4
month.
weeks.
I think it's gonna be four to 5
6.
weeks.
I wonder
Maybe
if
4.
this is like what states up north like feel like when it's snowed in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I
Can't do
mean,
anything.
no, not even because businesses can still operate. You know, there's no restrictions like that. Now you're
If
being.
you can't leave your house,
I mean, if you're stuck in your house,
Yeah,
yeah.
and in an aspect, you're right.
But let's think
it's
about
still-
it. Like if you think about it for a second, what businesses are being affected? Like it's mainly like restaurants, right? But they can still operate.
Retailers.
So retailers, those are the ones that are hit like hard right there because now if they can't open, they can't sell clothes or.
and
But the
gyms,
thing is,
bro,
like,
and
they're gonna
gyms.
pay their employees, you know, maybe the first week or the second week. But then it's like once you have to pay all employees store-wide, the company-wide, a third and a fourth week without bringing in any money.
Sure.
Like that's a big hit on the
Well, that's
company.
where
Government kicks
the
in.
government's starting to come and play, and you know, hopefully they can forward that money to the businesses that need it so that they can continue to pay their workers.
I mean,
Because they know that. I mean, I was listening to CNBC before. I was watching that shit before I came over here. I think I lost.
You stay informed.
Check. I lost myself for a second.
But you were listening to NBC. I've been keeping up with the news, you know, mainly for the purposes of the school, just to know when,
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah, we want to train, but then we got to follow, you know, we got to adhere the laws. So, you know, if Miami-Dade County says, hey, guys have to shut down, then we have to shut down.
I was gonna ask you guys as business owners. This is pretty interesting. What kind of thought went into the decision to close down the school?
Miami-Dade County was the decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's forced by the county, dude. We were going to be like,
Really?
we were going to do it like Wolf of Wall Street style, and just, you know, we're not fucking leaving. We're going to stay
That's-
here.
That was
we're
my
going to keep
next
training.
That was my next
But,
thing. The business owners are
you
the ones
know.
that have taken the hit the most. That's the thing that I feel for the most. Is small business owners. People who
Yeah.
don't own Ross.
I mean, yeah, we just
Staples, you're talking
we
about-
just moved into this new facility and
But we got a squad, man.
yeah.
It's different, you know. Like I think, you know, yeah, it's gonna affect us a little bit, but we got a good crew of
It's
guys.
a little bump in the road, but
Yeah,
it's not gonna stop us.
It ain't gonna slow. You know, it's gonna be. It's just another step. You know, adversity. You know, we get stronger from this. You
I
know,
think a lot of companies. I think it's gonna wash out a lot of companies that were maybe on the brink of
Failure.
bankruptcy. Yeah, I think a lot of companies like these big airline and cruise companies that wanted to do this type of shit are gonna use the opportunity to file for bankruptcy.
you imagine that airlines, hotels.
Yeah, they want to bail out.
Everything got reduced.
Yeah, but
Airlines cut
they want to
flights.
bail out now.
Yeah.
So they want money from the government to bail them out. Can you imagine big oil wants money for.
I've actually heard that credit companies, car companies, banks, they're the ones that they're helping people out right now, and they're giving them extensions, and they're not going to give them interest.
What they need to
charges
do
and
is
stuff like that.
cancel. We need to cancel mortgage and rent payments for a month. I'm serious, man. This is
especially
not-
here.
All right, Bernie. Just
Dude,
kidding.
you cancel
No.
mortgage and rent payments and loan payments, credit card payments,
For
all
a
that
month.
type of stuff for a month or however long this goes for.
Yeah,
Right? You can't ask people to pay rent and not make money.
Yeah.
mind you, people have been
And
losing jobs.
The government is gonna have to probably give people some kind of a little income like a
Well, I
check,
mean, here's
Yeah.
also a good
Hey,
time.
Trump's
check
saying
or
he's gonna
something.
send everybody $1,000.
a little check. But I don't know if a G is.
I mean,
Maybe
hey,
7
that's
G's
ju-
will
That's
hold
just a
up a little
start,
bit.
homie.
Yeah,
Hey,
like,
that's
just
the
send me like.
first-
Listen, man, you're printing the shit. Just send me 10.
Just send me a little stat, 10 stacks, bro.
Hey, you
Oh,
know
send me
what?
10
big-
10
just real
racks.
quick,
The
bro.
big
They
thing
will.
is,
We just gotta.
Just loan me 10 racks.
a big
Get
thing
along.
is like, you know, if they do send us money, like one thing to keep out for is, you know, a lot of these local businesses from like Technica, you know, you have a membership, like whether it be Five Sports, Arise, you know, any other
Support your
gym,
gyms, man.
Support your gym. Keep your membership.
Your
don't
CrossFit
cancel it.
gyms, you know, whatever
No.
gyms you're into.
'Cause
Yeah,
guys,
it's
you know-
not, it's not them stopping you. Like I know all of these gyms, like if they wanted to, they would stay open. They want to train you. Keep your membership open. That's is a really
So-
big thing.
There is this like technicality of up to 10 people, you know, in the law. So
Currently, though.
currently,
That's today. What's today? The
Dude, every day
17th.
something new's happened, bro.
that is on the 17th.
currently they have a
So-
limit up to 10 people. So
On the 18th is 3.
and you know it's funny, like
might
even,
be.
even if you hear the Valenti brothers came out saying, "Hey, you guys got to practice social, distancing and this and that."
Well, the thing is too, man, is like you gotta think about like your responsibility as a member of the community,
for
right?
sure,
So it's not like
you don't
we're
want to
not-
be irresponsible.
We're not being, there isn't anything smart in us saying like, oh, we're still training, like we're still open. Some people are gonna see that and they're gonna think that we're being irresponsible
for
you know?
sure.
So take it as you please. We're not having like 20 or 30 person sessions. We're trying to keep our groups very small. But we understand that there is a risk of that, and that's a risk that we're doing our best to mitigate, in the current environment.
I mean, you definitely can't. You shouldn't be walking around the older people.
Yeah, like if you live with an older person,
you shouldn't be
Don't
training.
you
talk
shouldn't
to
be
them.
training. You shouldn't
Yeah.
be going to the jiu-jitsu gym and training, even if you're training with 2 or 3 people.
And
You
man,
shouldn't.
hey, like right now it's a time to like unite. Like if you have neighbors, maybe like older neighbors, help them out. Go out and
Yeah.
help them out for
groceries
get
for 'em or
groceries for
something.
them. Yeah, like this is a time like tragics show like people's true colors.
Yeah.
So instead of showing your bad colors of like fighting each other over toilet paper, like show your true, your nice colors of like, hey, I'm gonna help my neighbor, and like it's this is gonna pass. And
It's
once
definitely
it
the
passes,
time to for the community, whether it's it's always in the community. You got to start small and then get bigger, But it's definitely a time to show support for each other, and it's a tough time.
dude,
man.
I love how guys like Henso has been doing. They did a free month
Yeah,
to their online memberships. Guys are going
Danaher.
online. Danaher, Bernardo Farias, giving free DVDs and like free sessions. Like right now is the time to study. Like pretend like you got injured. Pretend like your ACL is hurt, and you just have to study on jiu-jitsu. And then spend time at home. I know it's kind of scary. It's kind of like
It's-
hard to be forced to be at home.
Well,
but
and the funny thing is that like I can think back. There's going to be a positive to this for a lot of people, even though it's going to be like a painful process. For a lot of us, a lot of us mat rats that train every day, a week or 2 off.
it's so good.
I promise
You're
you.
gonna-
Well, not only for your
body
and your joints, right? But this goes overlooked a lot, and this has happened to me every time I have a really big jiu-jitsu injury. I take maybe a week or 2 off, right? And I think, I said a week or 2 off for a major injury.
Yeah.
But I mean like 3 weeks off, or I've had to take like a rib injury. Rib injuries are a pain. So let's say I had to take like 3 weeks off the mat. When I do finally get back on the mat, like it's like
You're hungry.
my brain had time to digest everything that I had been doing physically, and then like I absorbed it, right? Like so now when I come back, I feel almost like my movements are more precise.
yeah.
And I think that's gonna happen to a lot of us mat rats that have not taken time off in a long time.
Actually,
and
really,
probably needed to take some time off too.
yeah, I actually really relate to that. Whenever I have to take a week off because of school or work or like finals week or whatever, and I come back,
Yeah, you do that. That happens a lot with
feel
you.
great.
I don't see you for a week. No, I'm not saying in a bad way, but I know like you hey, Matias is Matias is a
Hey,
busy guy.
Matias is a smart man. He's going to school. He's got to focus. you
Yeah,
know?
he's going to school. Everybody's got priorities.
Yeah,
guys.
like
For
he's
sure.
just
School's priority.
I
over
train
better than us,
3-4
guys.
times a week consistently.
Yeah.
But
It's just
sometimes I
better.
won't see Matias for a week, and I always know
Next time we
it's
just want you
for
10
a
times a
valid
week.
Every
reason.
time I
I
thank
always
you.
know
Thank you, man.
that if he's missing, it's because he's working or he's
Yeah.
studying.
If Matisse isn't here, he's progressing in something, no
For
doubt.
Sure, for sure.
No doubt. No doubt.
So yeah, that first
10
day
out of 10.
back,
So go
that
ahead,
first day
Henry.
back
Yeah,
is
Yeah.
always really good for me. I feel like just exactly what Josh said. I feel like I digested and I understand positions, or like I understand positions better than what I did when I.
It's like when you
Weird,
sleep,
right?
man.
It's like a weird feeling.
It's like when you sleep. You sleep is when you really like
Yeah.
recover, or when you really like process things. In jiu-jitsu, sometimes I found that like you overtrain and then like you're even
You start
worse.
declining,
Your
yeah,
performance
in
you know,
skill.
But-
because you're just training so much.
But you do. I mean, me personally, I like to get to that point where like I'm fatigued and I get to the point where I'm like, I need to like this is my worst. This
Yeah,
is like
but-
I have bad days, right? Like I feel like those bad days, those are the days I go home and I think about jiu-jitsu the most. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
but you can't have
you can't have too many bad
you
days.
can't have 7 of those bad days.
Yes,
in a row,
I agree, yeah,
because
yeah, I
that's
agree.
then you
That's
start
demotivating,
overtraining,
yeah.
and now you start
No,
to decline.
then you know you need to take some time off.
Yeah,
Then you
right.
need like, hey, some rest.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing is like you can rest, like you can still drill, you can still study, but it's just like the hard training, the hard, you know,
Yeah, pushing each
the
other.
porrada training.
I mean, it could be also too
the
like
cure to fucking
from-
corona,
yeah.
man.
those things that when you're training
It's the
so
cure
much,
to corona.
you're just so
Açaí.
to the moment that
Porrada.
you don't realize things. You're always saying just train, not till you stop and you take those off and you actually stop and think about like, you know, what have I been doing this last week? What have I been training? What have I been messing up on? What do I need to improve on? Like, okay,
But
now it
I
makes
feel
sense.
like it's also like when you train every day, your mind is also training at the same time that you're training, and your mind is having to process what's happening. And I think when you sleep, right, like what Rennie was saying, as you sleep, your mind processes the events of the day and the data and whatever, and it does its thing, right? But it's just so much information that it's like there's like a backlog. There's like a backlog, right? And when you have this time off the mat, you're giving that process that has to
like the buffer.
you're giving it like time now to process all this stuff that's been backlogged, because you're not doing any physical, you're not doing that physical activity. So now your mind can focus on that mental.
For me, I
energy.
feel like I'm pretty stubborn, right? So when I'm working on a position, I see one way or like how I want to do it, and I stick to that way. And when it doesn't work and it doesn't work and it doesn't work, sometimes it starts to mess me up.
Hey, it's funny because they would say that Marcelo Garcia back in the day, like he would be a little stubborn when it came to like
Yo, Josh,
positions.
make that too, bro.
That he would want to just only do
Right.
one, like he would work on one. So
Yeah.
don't feel bad.
I fall into that, and then like when I take that week off and I come back, I'm like, and I do that same move again for the first time. I'm like, hey, maybe this way works better, and I'm more willing to try new things
Yeah.
Yo, Roman,
when I come
We
back
got
after a
more beer.
break.
you got more beer?
Hey man, it's just giving your time,
Just gotta get Madison
giving your body
Bingo.
time to process.
You
info,
can get it.
so
Josh did it last time. Get off.
we live in a like a busy life. You know, we live in a rush now. You know, like maybe this is just
Yeah, maybe it's like the
Forced
universe
stop.
telling us to take a little break and
To
slow
slow
things
down.
down a
Yeah,
little bit,
man.
spend some time with your family.
Yeah, and not just jujitsu. Any sport, you get overtrained, right? You get to that point where you're like, dude, like,
dude,
I'm
not
fucking
any
hurt.
sport, any job, anything,
Anything
you
you
do
do
too
in life,
much
you
of.
do too much of. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it can. You don't want to ever get to the point where
This is
you're,
terrible.
You're so hot. It's so hot, right?
It's just
Alright,
two little
it's hot
swigs,
too,
but
dude.
hey, shout out to Corona Extra. We are building our immunity. Don't check my facts, but I heard that Mexico doesn't have Corona because they're immune to Corona.
Those are cold,
Oh, I
too,
need
yeah.
one of those too. Come on,
Bro,
bring another one.
Now
dude.
I want
Come
to
on.
trade mine too.
Professor
cuz-
needs
Nah,
a
I'm playing.
beer.
No,
got
but like
you.
I said, so that point in anything, right? Like you don't ever want to get to the point where like it's not like going good for you, or you're sucked for like a 2 weeks straight. You know, you feel like you're just hurting all the time, or you're not performing at your best. And the same thing you said, like in a job, when you're in a job, bro, and you feel like you're. We finished all the beers.
It's all good. Keep that statement. You were going there. Look, there's a big one right there. I'll take that one.
That one's cold.
Yeah, I'll take it. I don't
That one's
care.
cold?
I don't care about warm beer.
Rennie ain't no bitch, bro. Come on now, cuz.
Your
AJ
answer
47 is here for you guys.
Oh, if I get 24 of them, that'll be more than enough.
Hey.
I was gonna show.
Hey, what's
18
this guy
at
doing
first.
over here? Get this guy out
Yeah,
of
the
here.
sad thing is that Josh was like, "Yo, 12 is good, bro. 12 would have flown
Shout
by."
out dripping animals.
Listen,
Yeah.
man,
You
it's
wanna
just a
sponsor us?
time. This is a time for us to take a break and to take a deep breath and just like, you know, hey, get
Miss
a book,
jujitsu.
read a book. Yeah, you're gonna miss jiu-jitsu,
Any-
but you know what?
Any
Anything
book
in life-
suggestions?
Oh man, we'll get to that now. But Seneca, hey, no, man, like there's a lot of good books that I think you could use. Like, I like to read some Stoic books. Seneca or Marcus Aurelius Meditations is a really good book. You know,
This is the man, brother. Great.
Guys, I highly recommend that book. If
Yeah.
you guys haven't ever read it's probably better. Honestly,
Meditations.
yeah.
I actually got it
meditations
recommended
better.
to me recently,
Oh my god.
and I'm currently reading Letters and Dialogues.
Okay.
By Seneca.
Nice.
I need to read. I need to read that one.
I
But
can lend it to you after I'm done with it.
but I do recommend that you do it like an audiobook, because I've listened to the meditations on audiobook. It's just so much better
Yeah.
because the guy reads
'Cause
it
you
with
don't
a
like to
good
read?
I do like to read.
Nah, but
No,
when you're
but hey,
driving,
man,
like
when
when you're
you're- when you
driving,
got
and stuff
busy
like that.
lives,
It's
I just like, dang, I don't know how to read.
Nah, it's
like
not
looking
that
at
you don't know.
pictures.
Hey, it's not everybody has the time to fucking to sit at home for 30
Yeah,
minutes and
when
read.
I'm driving in the car, it's a lot better to listen to an ebook than like some.
Oh,
kind of
you're
podcast.
Or
walking
you just
around
bump
with your.
Key Glock.
I don't suggest reading a book in the car.
Yeah, don't read a book in the car.
Yeah, but that's my free time.
Unless
is
you
when
got
I'm driving.
unless you have a Tesla.
That's my free time,
You
bro.
know.
My car.
Tony
Whenever I'm
Mello,
going
get us a
somewhere, it's
Tesla.
my free time.
Man,
I
when I
usually
pull up,
use it to listen to Key Glock.
when I pull up to a red light, man, I like speed read.
Uzi just dropped an album.
No, but man, like, hey,
It's
all
all-
jokes.
It's 36 songs. It's the same song.
36 songs, same beat, same rhythm, everything.
No way.
All jokes
Nah.
aside, man, like, let's just use this time to like sit back and like reconnect and then like figure out priorities, figure out what we have to do, and this is gonna pass.
That's a good
I just see this as like a hurricane. Like a hurricane comes and
Yeah, I look at it the same, man.
yeah, man.
Obviously, it's got an impact on certain people. It's affecting people fairly well, but man, we gotta think about everybody too, right? Like, it's gonna be a temporary thing. Hopefully, obviously, things could get worse if they get worse, but
China's already found the cure.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Found the cure.
China.
Listen, bro.
China found the
You
cure.
guys-
No,
you
so
guys-
China's already.
If you guys
Now
have
it's
valid
ironic.
Listen,
information,
guys, breaking news.
Hey guys, hey, no breaking news.
Rennie
Israel.
just announced.
Hey, I'm not even talking smack. Israel has said that they're testing. They're doing,
the cure.
they're doing human testing on on some vaccines. Okay.
yeah. Are we gonna skip the fact that we just found that cure?
Okay, we're not saying we found the cure. Okay, my apologies, guys. I'm just saying.
Yo, if
We-
you guys need facts, the Tapcast. That's what you got.
Tapcast, get all your facts. Listen, Mexico has no Corona because they've been drinking Corona their whole lives, and the water is it's Mexican water. They're already used to this shit. They've had Corona in their waters. Shout out to all my Mexican buddies.
You're gonna have to change the people.
Listen, all I'm saying is that humanity as a whole is gonna get together and we're gonna find an answer to this. What is it? We're not spending money on shit that we should be
China already
spending.
Hold on,
that
hold on,
answer.
hold on, real quick. Hey, did you hear?
Tough it out.
Did you hear that they caught Trump trying to buy the
coronavirus?
vaccine? They caught him trying to buy the vaccine, but only for the United States.
Is this conspiracy
Like
theory?
it would only be for the United States.
Wait, where's your
Like,
sources?
nobody else
I would
Is this
fuck
from-
with him so
is this
hard
from
for that.
Eddie?
I read this. I saw
Did
it.
you read it from Eddie
I read it on
Bravo's
Reddit.
IG?
No, I read it on Reddit.
Because Eddie Bravo's IV. I mean, IG.
Yo, I would fuck with that. I'd
That's
be like,
some
yo,
fucking gangster.
I
shit.
clap him up. I'd be like,
That's
yo,
some
for the
gangster
homies, dog.
He's like, look,
only for the U.S.
I want the vaccine.
Only
I
for
want the
America.
vaccine. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge.
Hey, he's caring for American lives. He's trying to save lives.
It's gonna be huge.
But like, imagine that if like only the United States had it, everybody's dying around the world,
But like,
and you have the
we're
vaccine.
the spot to get it at, bro. Like, you gotta come over here. That's gangster, bro.
I also read some shit that like I think it was like the UK is telling students that are abroad in the United States to go back home because we have a shitty healthcare system.
Hey, listen.
Fucked up.
Listen.
Oh, that's awesome.
If it talks about something,
I'm gonna cause some like fucking
real talk.
some real like fucking political like
Hey,
some
The first
national
person you
fucking
could talk
war
to, bro.
Nah,
over
hey.
some shit that wasn't even said.
hey,
It was like Ireland that said that shit.
Tapcast. When you compete, right?
What?
And sometimes you compete and you fucking fuck up and you expose a hole in your game. This has exposed a hole in our game.
Oh, for sure.
in the U.S.
We're
Why?
dramatic
'Cause-
is what it is.
No, not just dramatic. It's like, hey, we don't make shit anymore. So when you're trying to get, hand sanitizers,
That's a good
it
ass
ain't
point,
made
bro.
here.
That's a good ass point,
No.
actually.
Now this thing just exposed a hole in our game to where, like, yeah, we're trying to save money because we're trying to do shit in China, but you're trying to get those N95 masks that
Yeah.
the firefighters are running out of and shit like that. You can't get it.
Look
Why?
at your house, guys. I bet you like 60% or 70% is made in China.
Yeah.
100%.
So I mean, it's like now we're gonna have to realize there's
Josh doesn't buy shit.
I
from
still
China.
got shit on the way from China, bro.
it's coming right.
That shit ain't stopped.
Hey, we
Out
got
of
we
where
got
from
gear
the
coming.
market, right? From the Wutan market.
I got shit on the way, bro.
We got gear coming, man. We got new gear coming.
I still got shit.
But listen, in these hard times, stick together. Eat acai at home, right? Because We have to make acai at home. Cause
I think you can still
get
get acai at Whole Foods.
You can you can. I guess you can still pick it up, but you still have to take it home and make it at home.
That's
You
fine.
know? And then just so hey, because you can't cure the corona in the gym doesn't mean you can't cure it at home. So make sure you watch some solo drills, right? Make sure you watch your diet, right? You can't go to a gym. That's no problem. Do some push-ups at home.
Josh,
Get some workouts done.
You think that's funny? Cuz?
Hey, that's not cool, man. Not right now with the corona thing going on. You can't cough
bro.
around.
That's insensitive. Where were you?
This guy spills a beer.
This guy.
Don't worry about it. Come on, let's go.
It's okay, bro. You can clean it
Sit back here. Let's finish this podcast.
Bro, dude, it's been gone for 15 minutes, bro.
This guy's a fucking lunatic.
Bro, come back.
You're good. Hey, Roman,
Hey,
come
Roman,
back.
who the fuck told you can cut your hair like that?
Oh, yeah, by the way, like, the whole table got a fresh-ass haircut, dog.
Hey, who'd you ask to cut your hair like that, Roman? Who's the son of a bitch that cut your hair?
Yo, they literally forgot to cut off the top, bro.
I'm gonna tag Roman's barber.
Hell no, no cutting in
They're
this
gonna do
shit.
my boy like that.
Fuck, man. Roman, dog. I fuck
Hey,
with
Roman, come back, man. Don't worry about that. We'll clean that after.
Hey, Roman's scrubbing that shit, too.
I can hear him scrubbing.
For real, dude.
Hey, Roman, leave it for after, homie. Hey, leave it for after.
Hey, let's talk about, what can we do during these next few weeks that we're going to be stuck at home.
I don't even want to tell you on
I'm
camera
back
what we
with
could
it,
do, bro.
Work on our flexibility. I think is a big one.
Okay. Work on some stretching. All right.
Solo drills,
Solo
watching
drills.
technique,
Cut me off.
studying matches.
Cut you off, bro.
Boys had too many coronas. Too many extra coronas.
Too much
Hold on,
corona
hey,
extra.
cut. Because I just said that we need to bring a dab rig, so cut that out.
Did he really say that?
I just said that right now.
He just said it right now. What he was saying.
Wait.
Back in.
Since you said
All right,
talking
guys,
about
back in
tab
it.
break, are we gonna take advantage and
Cut. What the fuck are you talking?
What the?
What
Let's
did you
finish.
just say,
Mention-
Roman?
You mentioned a dab break.
A what?
A dab break.
Oh, we got to cut out the whole
Did he
fucking
just-
episode.
What? Hold on.
What the fuck?
Spell that shit. Spell it.
Calm down, buddy. We got to get 25 minutes. in.
Spell what you're saying.
Dab rig.
Spell it,
A
Roman.
dab break.
DAB.
A DAB break. That's not what you meant.
Spell the second word.
What the
Roman.
fuck did you just say?
Spell the second word, Roman.
A dab DAB break.
Spell the second fucking word.
I spelled it DAB
No, the other one.
Rig.
BE.
Watch it. B-R-E. Break.
You killing me, bro.
Break.
BREAK.
Yeah. What the hell? I don't know. You just, whoa.
Cut out the whole episode because they're Roman, dog.
Listen, we got a solid 25 minutes.
All right. Roman.
Cut us back in, Roman.
Hold on, Roman.
Bring us back, Roman.
Before we go back in, let's fix the table real quick.
Yeah, fix that corona
get
that's
the
about
bottom.
to fall off right there.
No, my corona stayed on the other one.
Roman, it's a dab rig.
You said
It's
break,
a
cuz.
dab rig.
Why are you
but
yelling?
I'm saying-
Why are you yelling?
He was saying that break.
I never want to hear you say dab rig again.
The funny thing is, he said it like 6 times back to back, dog.
No, this nigga said it confident.
You're
This
like,
table's
yo,
sideways.
what'd you say? That break. Yo, what'd you say? That break.
I had to make him spell it.
I thought you meant we were gonna take a break.
So
and
quick
hit a
story-
dab.
quick
Oh, a dab break.
Thank you.
That's what
Yeah.
you
I
maniac. You're fucking crazy, bro. You live in your own fucking world, bro. All right, cut.
3,
Back in.
2, 1, in it. All right, guys. So what were we talking about last time? Fuck, bro.
Just talking about dealing with this break.
Dealing
You
with
know,
the break.
dealing with the break. What are we gonna do when
The
we're at
dab-
home?
the
What kind of
dab
break?
break.
Quarantine. Not that break.
DAB break.
The break.
No, we're talking about this quarantine break that we're all gonna be forced to. All right. There might be some curfews coming along.
Yeah, I
too.
heard about 8 to 11 p.m. or something like that. It's one of those two.
No, it's like 8 to 6 a.m.
Maybe 6:30
No, so
p.m.
it's 8 p.m. is when you
No,
finish,
6:30.
Curfew as far as not being able to leave your house after.
Not even after a certain time, man. Listen,
I'm in
South
these
America,
streets.
hey, in Venezuela, they used to do this shit all the time.
Shit, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go in these streets,
They used
bro.
to tell you, hey, you got to stay home.
This is America.
I know,
Fucker.
man.
All
I'm
I
just
know
saying.
is HBO is $5 for 3 months. I'm just watching movies all day.
Listen, if
Yeah.
listen,
What's a good movie, Roman?
Wreck-It Ralph.
And you recommend?
Fuck, bro. You killing me, dog.
don't listen
You
to
wreck
Romans.
it. You wreck it while watching.
Hey,
the movie?
watch. What is it?
Wreck-It and
Contingent.
Chill.
Oh, Contagion.
Oh, Contingent. Yeah, check out that movie if you're
Wait,
gonna.
Contingent or Contagion?
There's also a documentary on Netflix that's called Pandemic, and that shit will
Oh, yeah?
scare the shit out of you right now if you watch it.
I
For
saw
sure.
like the first 15 minutes.
Don't watch that shit.
No, watch
if you're
the-
scared of this shit.
Watch the movie, man, because it actually starts from a bat
in fucking China.
in China, in a restaurant. I mean, they actually make it look nice. 'Cause it starts in a restaurant, but
Yeah.
you know, if you want to get scared, watch that. You know,
Yeah, dude. I've seen that movie. That shit.
I saw
is-
Nacho Libre today.
That's a better
great-
option. If you
yeah.
really want to forget about this, not
Hey, watch Zombieland. You know, you can watch zombie movies. You know,
I'm a fan of Zombieland 1 more than Zombieland 2.
yeah, because it was.
I didn't
haven't
even,
watched
I
the
didn't even
second
know they
one.
had a second
Second
one. To be
one
I
honest.
haven't watched the second one.
It was just a remake. You know, like sometimes you force the second movie, so it's
That's
like
what happened. They forced that shit. The first one was amazing.
Yeah,
Here's a perfect example. How many of you guys remember sequels to Disney movies? Did you know there was a Pocahontas 2?
Oh, what?
Like Zombieland
What?
2.
This guy's talking about Pocahontas.
Zombieland 2 is as forgettable as Disney sequels. Like
I just want to hear you say Pocahontas, bro. That's all I want to hear, dog. That's all I want to hear, dude.
Hey,
I didn't care
hey,
about
is that your
nothing
favorite
else but
movie?
Pocahontas, cuz.
hey, maybe that was his favorite movie, man. Come on, let the man
Please
go.
say it.
Pocahontas. Look, all I remember is I was looking at movies. I saw Pocahontas 2.
Pocahontas too. Hey, was there? You know, well,
Killing us, Roman, dog. Yo, Roman came here for smiles today.
Yo,
cuz.
do any of you guys remember the second movie?
No,
No,
dude, because we don't watch
exactly.
Pocahontas on our off time.
I ain't never seen Pocahontas.
Pocahontas in my life. Bro. Yo.
well, okay. I get his point though. What he's trying to say is like, you know, it's just like Fast and the Furious 10. You know, like come on, it would have stopped by like fucking 2 or 3.
Bro, they fucked up
No,
after
yeah.
3, bro.
Yeah, because
Like,
they just
straight
kept,
up,
they
dude.
just kept forcing
It
it.
became
you know,
an
Roman's right
action
though.
movie.
Like Disney makes sequels for no fucking reason.
for
I don't
money.
know, like, who makes a Pocahontas?
Yeah.
Is that really where the fucking podcast has gone? We're talking
Yeah, we
about
started off at
yes.
coronavirus. by the way,
Disney
guys.
sequels.
Hey man,
We're just
We're
going
just
with the
talking
flow,
about
man.
what-
Hey, this
you can
this
do.
Corona shit right here.
it's serious. Probably some of you guys have it already.
That's
We're
Corona
talking about
shit.
it. Roman probably
Yeah,
has
every
it.
time, dude.
This
That's what
Corona
he's talking
shit
about.
has some side effects.
No, listen. Don't watch any Disney movies. You know, read a book. You know,
Disney
enlighten
Plus support
yourself.
us.
Don't watch any Disney movies.
No, I mean if you got
Just
kids,
said
if you got kids,
Why not?
Why
I mean,
not?
Why do you hate
Hold
What if you have
up,
kids?
dude.
because you shouldn't be wasting your time, man. You know, like, you know, fill your brains with something. Hey, listen, you guys want to hear a good, you know,
This
audiobook?
man secretly hates
Hey.
Mulan.
Yeah, I don't care. Check out Jocko, man. Hey, right now, be disciplined.
Disney's gonna put a hit on it.
Yo, Disney's
Disney,
fucking us
Disney ain't got
up,
shit on
dude.
me, man. Disney ain't got shit on me. Man.
Hey, listen, bro. Don't say that, dog.
Check
Them
'em
boys,
Them boys ain't coming
they're
here.
controlling this place, dog.
I'm a Second Amendment guy. They ain't coming here. Don't worry. Listen, you want to hear something good? Go check out one of Jocko's like audiobooks.
Oh,
Go
dude,
check
Jocko
out-
Willick's a man, dog.
Yeah, dude. I love that dude. He's always pushing jiu-jitsu. He's always pushing like disciplined
I
lifestyle.
like his good mentality. That's my favorite thing that you
Yeah,
said.
that's what I'm saying. Like something good is gonna happen out of this. Whether it's like whether it's
Definitely, yeah. Well, that's the only way that we could. That's the only way that something. Well, I mean, something good is gonna come out. But that's the only way that like we should be looking at it is. There's nothing we can do about certain things, right? Like there's certain things that are out of our control.
out of your hand, out of your control.
So no matter what, we're not going to be able to control certain things. The things that we can't control at the moment, we have to try our best to keep them, keep things, as good as we can. And then at the end, we need to take the positive out of whatever happened. Whatever the outcome is going to be, we've got to try to take the positive and then rebuild with that.
You know what blows my mind? That we can't talk about anything else but coronavirus.
Hey man, because that's what.
There's not a single
It's
thing
consuming our
popping.
lives.
besides
Hey
that
man,
right now,
consuming
dude.
turn on the news. That's the only thing you hear
The
about.
only
right
thing
now.
popping right now, dude.
We're infected.
Fuck.
You could be. But listen,
one of
hey,
the scary things
1918, the flu that happened in the Spanish flu in 1918,
Yeah.
humanity still continued. You know, the Black
Yeah,
Plague
but
during the medieval
economy is not the
times.
same. It's not.
Bro, it's
Yeah, the
And there
economy.
weren't as many humans.
Nah, bro,
Listen,
alive.
dude, the economy is
You know
just
the diff-
money.
You know
Like,
what the difference is? Social media is the difference, bro.
No, definitely.
the economy is just money, dude. It's
You
just
gotta
more
deal
money.
with
We
this
print
shit,
more.
bro.
That's it. We
Just-
get 'em more debt.
right? Just
Hey, listen,
Yeah,
dog.
just print more, bro.
In
Or we
2000
get 'em more debt. Who do we owe money to? The Chinese?
Listen, dude.
Yeah, they gotta-
in
They need to
2000,
cancel student debt.
Wait,
Fuck
can we
yeah.
Cancel
Hook it
Can
up,
we
dog.
charge them a fee for getting
cancel
us sick?
student debt.
Yeah, you
Cancel
should- you
mortgage
should
and
tax
rent
them.
payments. Cancel credit card
Let's go
payments.
back to
Wait,
barter
wait, wait, wait,
economy.
wait.
Just restart my fucking life, bro.
Let him finish.
Let me max out my card first before we
Eliminate
cancel them.
currency.
Send.
Trade only.
Shut down the water. Shut down electricity. Close all the roads.
I was gonna
Send
say
everybody $10,000.
free
That's
acai
it.
to
That's
everybody.
it.
Send
That's
free
it.
acai, man.
That's all we need, bro. 10 grand. We're
But we're gonna be
good.
training in the dark.
No, don't shut the
Yeah.
water and the power. But definitely
Close the
hey,
water. Close the power.
You don't have your own well?
I thought everybody
I
had
got-
If they're not so
I got a lake
self-sustaining
next
by
to my
now, it's
house.
over.
I got a lake by my house, but no, definitely. Hey, cancel. I like the first part where you were going, and then free
This
acai.
podcast
for
has
everybody.
deteriorated.
Listen,
the
deteriorated
I think after
into-
episode
into
3, we
shit.
might have to cancel this shit.
No, man, it ain't getting canceled. You know what? Everybody in life is trying to cancel life. We're not gonna cancel this.
We're fucking gonna let you guys.
We're not
We're gonna let
fucking
you guys
leaving.
know.
We're not leaving.
We're not fucking leaving. Cheers.
Hey, listen, everybody. Let's end it with this cheers right here, real quick.
All right.
No, I don't have anything to fucking say.
I got something to say. Hey,
Let you guys know. We just want to let you guys know.
Hey, you spilled half your shit.
the
beer on the
Hey, that's for the homies.
listen. Hey,
That's for all my dead homies.
stay safe, stay clean, right?
Hey,
And we're gonna get through this. Drink
Hey.
a lot of Coronas, man, because Corona stock is down. So help them get that Corona stock a little bit up
So generous.
if you
Corona
can.
beers are on sale.
And guys, hey, listen. I say we start. Maybe we can film like some more episodes since we're just not really doing shit.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do.
especially in the next
So
month.
maybe we can try to film like an episode a week or maybe 2 episodes a week
good.
if we have
Super
time.
about it.
every
And
3 days.
We might not include the Corona extras this time.
Next time,
We'll see how we
Maybe
go.
we'll try another beer.
We'll probably try tequila. That's probably the next one.
Do you want to see me die?
Dude, honestly, you were the fucking life of this podcast today.
Yeah, even though he disappeared for 20.
Yeah, even
20
though you were
MV
gone for
MVP,
fucking 20
Roman.
minutes. Bro.
MVP.
I gotta go to the bathroom sometime.
All right, guys.
But we're gonna definitely end this one right now. And
Thanks to our sponsor, Corona Extra,
BJJ World right here.
BJJ World. Shout out, Technica BJJ.
Fuck the fourth stringers.
Oh, bro,
Shout out,
we
four
just
stringers.
started the heat, bro.
That's it. No more
Dude.
rash guards.
That's it. Hey,
So
the Sebastian
hashtag
Birdie
fuck
guy,
the 4 stringers.
Flavor Flav.
I like those guys though.
I like them. They're up there in the
Shout out
Sebastian's my boy.
Sebastian.
That's my dog,
in
Sebastian.
the Northeast doing their thing.
Shout
You
out,
know,
shout out.
they're
Fuck you
locked
guys,
in.
but we love you
Fuck
guys.
y'all niggas.
But we love you.
They've been
We
locked
love
in a
it.
little bit longer.
Hey,
It's
bleep me,
all
bleep
good.
me out. Bleep me out on that one. Fuck.
The third one.
Just say fuck y'all.
he said fuck.
No, for real. Find that shit and bleep it
I'm
out.
not kidding.
Fine
dog.
bleep. Okay.
All right, we just have to cut the whole thing.
Don't get me
Shout
started.
out.
I don't want to get shot.
Shout out to Arise. Shout out to-
Rise.
Who else we got to shout out to?
Are we still trying to get sponsored by Kirkle's Water?
We're trying to get sponsored.
Kirkland, dog. Kirkland, bro. He's
Kirkland.
What did he say?
Shout out to our
talking
Orto
about
team.
Kirkland. He said, "Yo, is Kirk still sponsoring
Kirkland.
us?"
Nah, they're not sponsoring us. We just buy stuff from them. So I guess that means. But let's get through this, guys. You know, we'll be
Yeah.
here. We'll be here entertaining you.
If we helped you guys,
You know, making you feel better.